Did you know your camera doesn't know what you want to focus on, but you can use specific focus points to help beat that? Let me show you what I mean. By default, all focus points are on the camera and it's trying to guess what we want, but it may not actually know, in fact it doesn't know, what it is that I want, which is I want to make sure that this grass here is in focus, and I'll explain why in a second. But here, where I've chosen a specific focus point that's on or closest to the thing that I want to be in focus, I know that that thing will be in focus. Now, why is that? Well, the reason is that rule of thirds comes into play here, and I'm going to explain a little bit more in a second. So if we have a look here, I have an older camera here that only has a small number of focus points. So by default, all of those are on, but I can go and choose a specific one. Now the reason for that is that, and this is a really good example here, is that I have these focus points to help me decide where the rule of thirds is. And that is where my focus starts. So when I have a depth that is going away from me, not like a wall, but in the case of the photograph here, I have depth from the very bottom. I want there in focus and I want there in focus. So if I choose an aperture number, something like f11 or f16, then by focusing here 1/3 into the shot, I know that 1/3 of my depth of field is there and 2/3 of my depth of field is behind. And this is how I can make sure that everything is in focus within that shot. So your camera doesn't know what you want to focus on, but if you use specific focus points, you'll help beat that. I hope this gets you off to a good start.